Hello folks, how's it going? It's me, Carl. Hopefully this is all working. We'll soon find out. Hopefully we'll find out anyway. Who knows?
Need to hold them lines a bit better.
Hopefully this is all working well. I'm sure I'll soon find out. Because, yeah. Just doing a bit of a tester at the moment. And seeing if this actually does something. So, yeah, the joy of testing. Joy of testing. Apparently it's going live. Let's see if this is actually working. And I'll tweak this volume a little bit. Doopy. See if that works. Doing a million things at once. See if that works. Okay, seems to be live. Doing a million things at once. Yay! Okay, it seems to be live. It seems to be working. Okay. Alright, let's see. How this is going. There we go. Alright, that's working now. Okay, let's just see if the thingy works. Because that should work, hopefully. Maybe. We'll soon find out. Will it work? That's the question. Ah, good old getting things up and running. I thought I would just do a bit of a, well, as I say, a bit of a test run for this. See how we go. Did I do that wrong? Do I need to actually have the opacity? Is the chat working? Who knows? Who knows if it's working or not? Hooray! Anyway, I'm doing a bit of a test run just to get myself back used to actually seeing things. Oh wait, actually, okay, that's on the top one. Chapter should work. Why aren't you working? Why aren't you working, YouTube chat thing? Why are you not working? Let's see if we can get this working. Preferably in a way that makes it so it doesn't completely take up the whole screen. Ah, there we go, yeah, it's working there. And if I do, no, that's not the right one. No, that's not the right one. Where are you? Ah, it's been too long since I've streamed.
Ooh, give you that booster, mate. Slingshot engage.
Text to be. No, I just want the. Why are you being transparent? Stupid thing. Anyway, yeah, I'm just doing a bit of a tester. We got a truck race at Daytona here tonight.
Where did everyone go? They seen the initials JC, Dub, and ran.
Ah, that's the one I wanted, the opacity. There we go. Okay, cool. Alright. So, let's put that over there like so. It will be relatively small, but I don't expect many people to be using it anyway, because I don't expect anybody to actually be watching this stuff, so that's fine. So that should be good. That should be good. Just getting things set up. So yeah, just basically relearning how to use AVTO, and yeah, just get a bit of a practice run in before we start racing this week. So yeah, so you know, nothing too serious, and just gives the boys a chance to actually watch stuff if they want to. So if anybody wants to watch it, then they can. So that's always good. Alright, let me just set the screen up so I've actually got everything pretty much how I want it to be set up. Because at the moment it's a little bit higgledy-piggledy. We're just in practice at the moment. So...
Now, Reuben, what did you do that for?
Today.
We're just in a practice session at the moment, so nothing too major and interesting. Alright, just got to set up my my old everything there. All the bits and bobs. And I'll jump up into the broadcast booth and I'll post a link to people.
Didn't you want to thread the needle with me, Skirlo? No, it's all good, man. Oh, it just seemed like the car's out of control, right? Like every time I bumped you, the thing was almost killing you.
So we got the driver comms on as well.
It's getting really light as soon as you touch me.
So not sure how loud that's going to be for you guys. Don't know if you'll be able to hear them too much, but oh well, what the heck. Makes it, again, just a bit more interesting, I guess. Get to hear what all of those naughty drivers are saying during the race. Alright, and just check that the screen's set up right. Tiny bit, there we go. There we go. Alright. Lots of me messing around. Oh, hey Mark, how's it going, mate? Jumped into the booth with Mr. Mark Johansson. There we go. So that shows that. That shows that. So let's just fade that out because we don't need that up anyway.
Bump on the try doesn't work out too well.
I might just turn the actual. Let's just turn the old voice chat off for this. There we go. Alright. Okay, so that's stuff set up there. Alright. Hopefully that doesn't tank everything. See how that goes. So, bit of stress testing, just seeing how it all goes, seeing if everything just dies on me. Yeah, so interesting little trial run, this one. So nothing too serious, as I say. We're at Daytona for the first round of the truck series. So if you've not seen the trucks before, it's the feeder category for ANZCAR, where we just basically get people to learn, get people into the series. So yeah, just a pretty easy one. Of course, Daytona is one of the big races, of course, super speedway. We've got the speed week coming up with the ANZCAR, so we're properly starting broadcasts on Wednesday with Locked On Lads TV. So make sure to head over to their YouTube channel and click on them, and then of course we will be going with Performance E-streaming this season. So Performance E-streaming will be back in action, so that should be nice. Be nice to be back with the almost the olden days of stuff, really. So we'll see how we go there. And of course, Mr. Matty Hunter will be doing all of the cameras and stuff like that. So you won't have to worry about me having to mess around with that kind of stuff. And I can just concentrate on talking lots, which is usually what I'm good at. Well, you know, I'm okay at it apparently. I talk lots, that's something. Alright, so I'm just going to actually check to see how this be going. Yeah, I think the audio sounds fine. Audio levels are okay. That's alright. Okie dokie. So we're in practice at the moment, so nothing too interesting. We got Josh Micklemore at the moment, fastest car out there for Mitch Motorsport. Unsurprisingly, the Mitch boys quick out there tonight. Full field of 40 cars. So that's going to be good. Let's just check out the old replay, see if that works. Steve Dubb there, just having a bit of an accident. Alright. Refamiliarising myself with all this kind of stuff. So, 2022 season for the ANZCAR Truck Series. This year we'll be running 3 seasons, I think it is. So it will be a fairly hectic season. Be fairly full on, which is always nice. And yeah, looking forward to it. So she should be pretty good. So let's see what we can catch out on track at the moment, see what's going on. Get a lot of pack running, of course, as is tradition for Daytona. So lots of nice close pack racing. We've got JCW here, riding on board with at the moment, using the draft to his advantage. Just in front of him is Kai Turner. So getting that pack action in step. So it gives you a bit of an idea about banking and stuff like that here as well, of course. Very fast track here as well, of course. So one of the faster tracks out there, so you can see getting up to 185 miles per hour through the corners here. Pretty much maximum RPM. You're going to be lifted off when you're drafting like this. Works. If not, then it might just fix. Let's see if that works. What is going on? Alright, so got some Discord fun here. That's really weird. Alright, any luck now? Oh, good old. See, this is why I like testing things. Sorry, I might be sounding like I'm talking to myself, which I kind of am. But got Mark Johansson in there, and for some reason not working on the. See if that helps. Good old Discord being stupid. Could you talk down in general, Mark? Jump down there if you can. Howdy, boys. That's on my end. Let's see if that helps.
Channel,
Got
mate.
to try
I
and
don't need to
okay.
apologise, it's fine.
Before. Nah, I just don't like talking to these while
I'm only here until it's time for qualify, then I'm dropping down into my race channel. It's just that I'm in the general channel. I expect that there's going to be chit chat.
Yeah, righto.
The joy of technology. Alright. Good old Discord problems. Let's just see if I can fix this one on the fly. Doobie doobie doo. See, this is why I like doing testing before we actually try and do stuff proper. Aha! I can
Hello?
actually hear people.
Hello.
Aha! Hooray! Okie dokie, can actually hear stuff.
Can you hear me?
I can!
What the hell was it?
Oh, I got no idea. I just completely killed Discord and restarted it.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
righto.
Yeah, some fun stuff.
The
Yeah,
occasional Discord gremlins.
yeah, you gotta love them. It makes it so much more fun.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm just doing a bit of a test stream on my channel.
Yeah, that's...
Just to, you know, do something while I'm not racing.
Hang on. Can you... I'll just see if I'm coming across the stream.
Oh, you should be. I hope so. Oh, I'll double check.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, good. Alright. And the audio's decent?
Yes, it is.
Alright, cool. Alright, I'll jump back up to the broadcast booth so won't interrupt you boys out racing.
Yeah. Alright, so talk to you later, boys.
Good luck
Yep.
out there.
See you later, guys. Have a good night. I hope the test goes all right, Carl.
Cheers, boys. There
Hello.
we go. Welcome, Mark. Welcome to my channel. Welcome.
We sorted it out. I'm
Yeah.
glad I hung around a little bit and we got this sorted out. Otherwise, it would have been very interesting come Friday night.
Yeah, I think it probably would have worked fine. It's just like I think it was literally just a error with Discord just not wanting to work properly. So, well, that's all right. At least it's fixed now and it is working. That's the main thing.
That's it, mate. That's it. I can tell you what, I'm looking forward to this week. It's start of both seasons, and really keen to get into this Daytona 500 because there's some interesting people there that could put up a real good fight.
It's going to be a good race. I'm
Yes.
looking forward to it for sure. It's going to be a good one. Yeah, I'm excited about it. Are you free Saturday night as well for
Yes,
the...
mate. I will
Awesome.
be here for the duels with you.
Beautiful.
And then I'll be back here by 1 o'clock or 12:30 and ready for the 500 with you.
Beautiful. Lovely. That sounds absolutely dandy.
So, while we're talking about the 500, who's your money on? I won't say anything to anyone. We're only testing this anyway.
Exactly.
Right?
Nobody will know my answer. It's great.
No.
It's the 500, so it's anybody's game. But I reckon we could see a DPR car getting it. They've got a lot of good drivers in there this year, and they are really putting a lot of effort in. I think we might see Dyson if he has a good run. I reckon Dyson's one to watch out for. Other than that, Hamish, Mr. Gallagher. I just get that feeling that he's going to be doing pretty well this year. So
Yeah.
he's going to be one of those ones to watch out for. Now, just quickly, are you watching through iRacing?
No, I'm watching through YouTube.
Okay, I'll share the screen on Discord if you want, because then it will be a bit more.
Yep.
Then you'll see what there. See what I'm seeing.
Yeah. I'll
in real time.
I'll have iRacing going on Saturday night, and I'll tune into is it Matt going to be doing the broadcast?
Yeah. So come Saturday, Matt will be doing all this stuff.
So long as he goes live, I can watch live with him.
Yeah, so that's it. So generally, what I usually will do is I'll have it live in Discord, and I'll also have my iRacing up so I can sort of keep an eye on what I want to watch as well.
Yeah, that's what I tend to do. I tend to focus on the accidents on iRacing and the tougher challenges with everyone.
Yeah.
And then we jump backwards and forwards.
That's it. It makes it interesting, and it makes it a little bit easier, I think, sometimes for whoever's having to do all the camera work as well, because it can be a bit tricky sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
So hopefully quality's all good over YouTube as well. So
Quality of the vision is great. I've got the sound turned down because of the that running through my speakers, so I don't get feedback through the mic onto you. So
I love it.
Well, I'm gonna put a dark horse into the mix.
Yeah.
So long as he can get a good qualifying, I'm gonna go with Brad Allison, 03.
Okay. Allison's had some good runs recently.
Yeah, he's looking for a big year this year with these guys, with ANZCAR, both in the trucks and in the dust with the Warriors. He's committed to both leagues 100%, and it is going to be awesome for him.
It'll be good to see. Oh, big wreck there. I think that was Phelps and Traher, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's just see if we can get that one on replay. So, looks like just get. Brett Campbell, I think it might be actually.
Yeah, Brett in the 015.
And yeah, just get.
Did he get a hint, help? A little bit of a touch?
Looks like he might have just got a little tiny rub from Luke. Let's see. Will this camera catch it? Will we actually see it? This is the fun thing about the replays sometimes. Looks like there's a little bit of a rub there going into the corner.
Yeah.
And yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Goes down on the apron and bang, there she goes.
Yeah. I'd say that would have been a little bit aero wash off the rear end that sent him down. and then yeah, once you lose the rear end in these things, it's party over.
Yeah, they're not the easiest of things to keep going in a straight line. Their
No.
rears are not known for their stability sometimes.
I'll tell you what, there's some good looking paint jobs out there in the trucks.
Yeah, we've got some really pretty looking trucks out there this year. There's been some fantastic paint jobs all year round actually, but this year we've seen real... I think people have put a lot more effort in this season, and
Yeah.
it's nice to see that.
I think everyone's just really wanting to step it up.
Yeah.
Right through all the Australian leagues. I mean to say everywhere, Australian, New Zealand leagues, you go in there and you have a look from last year and some of the ones that are already up and running, both circuit and oval and dirt. Everyone's really spent some time on their paints to step it up a level.
Yeah, they've really put a lot of effort in this year, and it's great to see. I mean, like the oval section in Australia now is growing so much. I'm going to jump on board with Edward Foster here for qualifying, so just on the out lap at the moment. But yeah, as you say, a lot of people have really put in a huge amount of effort, and there's a huge amount of new sponsors coming in as well, which is great to see. People actually
that's great.
coming on board. It's what we love to see in sim racing. It's always a nice thing to see it.
That's a different look for Ed this year.
Yeah, so he's got a slightly new paint scheme running. I think this is his truck variant. I'm not sure how much he's going to run in the trucks this year, but we will find out. Hopefully he'll get some more running. Of course, he did get got a championship in the trucks last season, of course, Natari's first championship, season 2. So he's going to be wanting to get a strong showing this year, and obviously Natari, decent team around him, so that's going to help him out, especially here at Daytona.
Oh, definitely. You're definitely going to have to work with your teammates here. If not your teammates, you've got to get an alliance with another team somewhere to make sure you get some good runs.
Yeah, it's all about getting that draft and getting that pack working together and getting people that you trust working around you as well. That's a hugely vital thing on an oval like Daytona, on the super speedways.
Most definitely. And if you get a good run up top, you know, you get a good pack, you can make that top line at Daytona work well too. Where a lot of people try and sit right on that pole line. But that doesn't always work for everyone, especially if you've got a good pack running up top.
Yeah, well, we've seen a little bit with the Cup. It's a bit different. We've got very new cars coming into effect this season, so that's going to make things interesting. But the trucks tend to run well too wide, and that high line can be quite useful. It can work quite well if you get a good team working together.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
So Foster here on his first flying lap. So he's going to see what he can get here, of course. Usually lap number 2 is the absolute fastest because he's just got a little bit more speed built up. But it is a long old lap here at Daytona.
Yeah, what is in the truck, about a 53, 54? Or have they brought in some new packages for the trucks? I haven't actually...
52.3 for Foster there. So... currently sitting in pole is Jason Martin with a 52 dead. Absolute blinder of a lap from Jason Martin. Let's see if he goes faster on this second lap. That was his first lap, 52 dead. That is ridiculously fast. Jason always got some speed underneath him. A little bit slower on that second one, but still very, very quick lap. Dylan O'Shea sitting there in P2 at the moment. One of the newer drivers for DPR. So he's been having some good runs recently. Very, very quick driver. And actually, you know, speaking of drivers that could be in with a bit of a shout, Dylan O'Shea is one of those drivers that has been really putting in some good effort. Was very, very quick at the clash, and just suffered a little bit with a couple of little mistakes here and there, but other than that, was extremely fast. So one of those drivers to watch out for. Nicholas Walsh out here at the moment.
I think a few people may get caught out come qualifying for the 500, mate. Those new cars are so different now that they've brought the new next fix out for them. They are very, very different.
Yeah, they've changed an awful lot since they first released. Obviously, we had that bit of a test run in the Weekend Warriors with the cars last week, was it? Or was it the week before?
We had one last week. I don't think you were able to make last week, but you ran Daytona.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I was on holidays for that, so I didn't really get to see a lot of it.
No, well, it was really good fun actually, and I ran up into, I think I was running at P2 at one stage in the pack, so that was pretty fun and scary.
Yeah, it's when you're running mid pack and you end up that pointy end, it tends to catch you out a little bit.
Yeah, it's a bit of a scary one. All right, let's go through the grid order once it all starts loading up. So let's just wait for the drivers to start appearing on screen hopefully soon, and it should start working as they start to load in.
There's another person that normally has a good run, Mr. Micklemore.
Yeah, Josh Micklemore up in P3. So front row we've got Martin and O'Shea, and now I have to remember how to do this. Second row is Micklemore and Russell. Third row we have May and Phelps. Fourth row is Danny G with Jamie Nankervis. Fifth row is Ben Vickers, Stevie Dubb, Steve Williams. Sixth row we have Kay Donnelly, Christopher Finley. Seventh row is Steve Hoppett and Brent Hender. Eighth row we have Hamish Gallagher, Stephen Clark. Ninth row is Jamie Budd, Edward Foster. 10th row is Aaron Dillon and Brad Allison. 11th row is Nicholas Walsh, Eagle Burkitt. 12th row, JCW, Lachlan Urquio. Todd Maxfield, Brett Campbell on the 13th. 14th is Paul Jackson.
Now that's the name you've got to watch too. He's a dark horse. On his night, he can have a great race.
Yeah, one of those drivers. Starting towards the back, don't think he put a qualifying time in, so he's choosing to start way down at the back of the field, and it's not always a bad strategy here at Daytona.
No, let the wrecks happen in front of you and then miss them.
Yeah, that's always a good way of doing it. Of course, sometimes it doesn't work that way, and you end up getting caught out into that giant wreck. But if you can avoid those wrecks, it is a very nice feeling indeed. So Pace Truck is just starting to pull away, and the trucks will form up 2 by 2. So Mark, what are you feeling tonight? Who do you reckon is going to be crossing the line in first place tonight?
I'm going to put the jinx on Ed. he's going to hate me for it, but look, Ed coming off the championship in the Cup cars, he really can't have it. He'll probably go each way with Ed, but I'd say he's keen to start a fresh year off with a win.
I think he'd be pretty chuffed. Look, I'm going to go Jason Martin, pole sitter. It's hard to beat Jason in a truck. I mean, the guy has more truck victories than I do, skin cells. So he is definitely one of those drivers that he's very good. He's got his teammate up there as well in Micklemore.
He's had a couple of championship wins too, hasn't he?
Yeah, a couple. Yeah, a few. I mean, we did reconsider naming it the Jason Martin Truck Show for a while, but nah, Jason.
Just let me go out there and stick some oil on the track around turn 1 for the first turn, mate.
Makes it much more interesting. Look, something iRacing needs is more oil simulation.
Yeah.
Always a good thing. Alrighty, so pace truck is pulling in. Jason Martin is going to be leading the field away here at Daytona as we go green for the first time in 2022 for the ANZCAR Truck Series. Martin gets a very good start in the lead, getting a good little push from his teammate Josh Mickelmore just below him. Jaden Russell trying to get down below, but the 67 blocking him. 3 wide up at the front. Jaden Russell trying to get there a little bit further back, 3 wide still. The 1, 2, 3 working their way through, but it is Jason Martin in the lead of this race at the moment. And you can see the cars spreading out across the track as we go down the back straight here at Daytona. Martin in the lead, top line not really forming, people looking to get that low line done. Very, very close action down a little bit further back as people just merging in there, getting into that low line. I think people want to be on that low line at the moment.
Yeah, Jay, that top line needs to get down in, merge in, because it's too early to be up there. But then again, they're trying to get some rubber down up on that high line to hopefully bring it in for a bit later on in the race.
Yeah, that's it. Sometimes it's a bit of a curse to be the leader, of course. You use up a little bit more fuel when you're actually leading the pack, but it's always nice to have a bit of clear air in front of you, be able to see where you're driving.
And Jamie will pick a spot and get down to that low line soon enough, because it won't take long for him to work out that it's not going to work up there at the moment.
I think he's going to be looking to try and get down there. Number 8, of course, has got a couple of cars behind him, so they could start trying to form up something, but 4 trucks in a line is not going to work, and they've already had one drop out.
That line definitely is not going to work early. Going to have to get down and that bottom line and run with them and just run to the back and try to find. You know, it's a matter of luck too here. The big one can happen at any time when someone gets a little bit impatient and wants to go 3 and 4 wide, and yeah, it doesn't always work.
No, that's it. If there's one thing that's guaranteed at Daytona, it is the big one generally.
Yeah, definitely, and it's only a matter of when it can happen on lap 1, or it can happen on lap 80 in this case, being an 80 lap race.
Yeah, it's not a matter of if, but when, isn't it?
That's right. If you go back, that top line looks like it's starting to get a few more trucks up there with them.
Yeah, it's starting to form up, as you say, just jumping on board right now. We're just going to be looking at Paul Jackson, who's worked his way up through the field a fair bit, starting from right at the back and now up towards the mid pack, up in 26th position. So he's having a good little run up there at the moment, and that high line is starting to form up a little bit, but the low line seems to be the favoured one for the moment. It's glorious seeing this many trucks on the track at the same time, though. You know, 40 trucks racing here at Daytona, it is an absolute spectacle to see, and when you're doing it lap after lap after lap, it takes an enormous amount of effort as well.
Yeah, definitely. Look, mate, I'm just I wish I could get out there and race. It's just that my work commitments won't let me. So I'm going to stick my head into the booth with you every now and then, do some calls with you. And look, I hope the trucks stay like this for Ed and the boys, and they can keep getting 30 plus trucks on the track every week. It would be fantastic for ANZCAR.
Yeah, look, if we keeping up the fields has generally been pretty good for ANZCAR, which is good news. Always nice to see Foster there just dropping down into that low line, as it looks like Stevie Williams just having a little bit of a blink there, I think it was.
Yeah. Ed's done well. He's moved up to the pack. Lap 6, he's up how many spots? He started back in row 10, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, actually move my thing across. I don't actually have my positions gained anything here at the moment, so can't tell you.
We'll say he started out at 20th. That sounds good for him.
Yeah, that's it. I'm sure there's a thing that shows me at some stage, but it's that thing of remembering to click the right buttons here and there. That's always the thing. And I say, being more of a tester tonight, it's just trying to remember which buttons do which, because I've been years since I've used AVTO, and you know, you just get to this thing of like, I remember the basics. I remember how to do this bit and this bit. Oh, but how do I do this? Oh no.
It's all good fun coming back to it and doing it again.
Yeah, it makes it interesting. Hopefully I'm not going to have to worry too much about the old broadcasting aspects. It's more so going to be talking. But it's just in an emergency, at least I can do it and pull it up. So that's the main thing.
And we can see that top line starting to work now. It's definitely closed up, and it's up to level with the third position. So that top line there.
Yeah, Ben Vickers running that top line at the moment in the Juice Digital car, having a really good run up there. Jump on board, and you can see getting a nice push along there, getting a bit of the side draft next to Jason Martin at the moment as well. So he's starting to work his way up there, and if he gets a good little bit of a lead over Martin, he might drop down in front of him.
Yeah, definitely. And if anyone is tuned in tonight, that angle of the trucks around here, that's a fair different angle of the turn. We'll have more stats and everything come Sunday afternoon when we get into the real nitty gritty stuff. I've got some facts about the track and different things to throw out to people.
Oh look, I love a little bit of trivia. That is an important thing. So we'll save that for Sunday and Saturday. But it always helps having a little bit of trivia about these tracks because they're interesting places.
Definitely. And I can tell you, if you stand on that pole line, that double yellow line down the bottom, and you try and walk up track facing the outside wall in turn 1, you will not get right to the top without doing a hamstring or a calf muscle.
Exactly. You want to be on all fours, don't you? Really, like it is.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
Yeah, it is. People don't realise just how steep the old banking is, of course, and it is something that people really don't seem to understand sometimes, and it can get quite sketchy. This is why you need that speed in the car. Up to 180, 190 miles per hour. These vehicles, getting close to 300 kph, of course. That top line's getting a little bit messy. The 16 just behind at the moment of, I think it might be Todd Maxfield. Just needing to get a little bit of fresh air on the front of his car. Might just be getting a little bit hot sitting behind Ben Vickers at the moment, and that's something else you have to be careful of racing in a pack like this is heat.
Yeah, definitely. That you'll find that guys will move to the left a little bit or move to the right to get the air into the nose of the car, cool down the gearbox and the water temp. I know the other night running in at Vegas there with next to a little bit hot when I was tucked up under the rear bonnet of another car in front of me. I look for a little bit of fresh air in it. This is Brad getting flat. He must have had an issue, I'd say.
Yeah, Brad.
Oh, there it goes.
There is the big one.
There.
There she is, ladies and gentlemen. There she goes. The big one has happened. Let's see if we can jump back at that. See exactly what happened there for the replay. So let's jump to the old blimp cam here, and looks like it was just a bit further ahead, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think Brad was involved in it, and with someone trying to go under him and maybe not giving enough room. And
yeah, let's see if we can catch that one from Brad.
There it is.
So
He's up high. He's again. Oh,
Tom Maxfield and Brad Allison just get into each other,
Yeah.
and then nowhere to go for the rest of those drivers. It is just mayhem down the rest of the field, and yeah, not much you can do in a situation like that. You can slam on the brakes, but generally these things don't pull up that quickly. So first caution on lap number 12, I think it was.
yes, it was, mate.
Martin in the lead of the race.
So with 12 laps there of solid racing, are we going to see people dive into pits to get fuel now and maybe run a little bit longer? I don't know if anyone will take tyres.
I think they could run about 40 laps, I think, on about 40 laps, I think, on fuel when I was doing some practice beforehand. So I would probably come in now. I would risk it and come in and get some fresh fuel on board. Chuck some fuel in the tank. Probably wouldn't worry about tyres this early in the race. I mean, it's Daytona, so you don't get too much tyre wear here, thankfully. But it's definitely going to be worth jumping in and getting that fuel top up, I'd say. And I think we'll see pretty much all of the drivers coming in for that one. We'll bring up the old race for pit road. And in, it looks like they are coming. So Martin, all of that field is coming in by the looks of it. And you can see just a whole swarm of cars. A lot of cars in there already with damage. Unfortunately, out of this race already. So who's going to get...
Is anyone going to take tyres?
I think tyres will be... If you take tyres, I think you're going to lose a lot of time. Looks like it's fuel only for the majority of people. Definitely for Micklemore and Martin. I can see a few cars up on jacks, so a few people taking tyres there. So looks like Reece May took tyres. Possibly a slight rookie mistake there. He was running up a bit higher in the field. So a few people, majority of people just taking fuel. A couple of them deciding to take tyres just to be safe, I think. And a few people also getting some repairs done as well.
By the looks of that, May definitely took tyres at 14.5 seconds stop. So that's definitely a tyre stop, that one. Martin, Mitchell, definitely fuel. So yeah, I'd say a lot of these guys coming out now would have taken tyres. They're probably running down the back and looking at getting a run in that second stint on fresher tyres from the leaders.
Yeah, I reckon that's going to be their goal. But as you say, you don't get a huge advantage on the old fresh tyres here at Daytona, so be interesting to see if it does make any difference. But you know, things like this can make a difference sometimes. It can be the difference between a couple of tenths of a second and, you know, just that little bit more confidence as well. That's the other thing as well. When you're driving, just that little bit more confidence can make a big difference.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I could tell you what I would have done, but I'm not going to because it'll give away a team secret. So I'm sorry.
You're going to stop for a beer. Yeah.
Done a Greg Murphy.
That's it. Done the old Dick Trickle technique. Just had a cigarette, had a beer, and then got back in it.
I would have had my cigarettes on the dash, mate.
Oh god. Yeah. I can never remember if it was. I think it was Rothmans that was sponsoring him, or it was either Rothmans or Marlboro.
I think you'll find it was Marlboro, mate. I'm pretty sure.
But he didn't. He used to smoke one of the other brands though, so he used to put the brand he smoked. He'd put into the cigarette box and hide them away in there, so he could enjoy his cigarettes properly. You know, get old NASCAR racing.
Yeah. And I can tell you right now, mate. There's a few companies that would be shocked to have people realise what oil they're using in their cars too.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything because I'll have people knocking on the door.
Exactly. Oh look, motorsport is all full of fun, dodgy stuff like that. So we've got Stephen Clark in the lead of the race at the moment. he just drove through pit lane, I believe. I don't think he actually stopped, so I think he missed his pit box. So he's got a slightly lighter car.
Yeah, now look further back. Look, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows back, and look at the two teammates there.
Yeah. See how they work together. And away we go, back to green flag racing. Clark is in the lead. Martin up on the high line. He's got Russell just behind him. Micklemore just behind Russell as well. And we are back to live racing here at Daytona.
Well, mate, I'm going to be able to give you another point. Go to work.
Sorry, Matt, what was that?
I was just saying, I could only probably give you another 5 minutes, mate, tonight.
Oh, that's all good.
Because I need to go to bed and get my beauty sleep. And if anyone that knows me knows I need a lot of it, because I need to be at work at 2 a.m.
No, that is more than fine, Mark. Look, as I said, this is more of a tester than anything else, so not a problem at all. Thanks so much for jumping on. It is much appreciated.
Mate, look, it's something that we needed to do. Needed to work out a few bugs like what we did have. We had the gremlin there when I was talking and you couldn't hear me.
Exactly. Got to do our shakedown run. That's it. It's an important aspect. It's all good, mate. As I say, so we'll be doing proper on for the 500, of course, for the Cup, and I'll be on the Thunder for the Wednesday nights as well, with Locked On Lads TV. Mate,
so, that's great. That's great that they've come on board for the Thunder series. So it's great.
Brilliant bunch of lads, and just the fact they've been promoting so much of the Aussie stuff and so many of the Aussie leagues as well, it's really been helping out. Getting up to lap car of Eagle Burkitt, I think it is. They're just getting past full position, going up right on that high line, keeping out of everybody's way as the leaders get past. So Stephen Clark in the lead at the moment. Not the perfect spot for him because he's going to be struggling for fuel a little bit. Yeah, a little bit later on this race. Obviously not taking any fuel in that pit stop. But yeah, absolutely, Mark. Fantastic to have them helping out. And look, it's nice to be building the Aussie community, especially for the oval side. And we've got the Weekend Warriors, of course. And I'll be joining you there in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, definitely. I think you are going to come in and do a call for us around Pocono.
Yeah. Let's try and remember which track it was.
Yeah, it is. It's Pocono.
Yeah, my favourite track.
Oh, look, mate. The community between ANZCAR and the Weekend Warriors is growing stronger in partnership. We, Ed and I have already spoken about a few little specialty races that we want to run over Easter. So, I mean, it's like we're all one big family, really. And I say, if anyone wants to run, come try run both.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, say you've got plenty of options out there. But just between the two leagues, really.
It makes it look. It's nice to have those options, and the weekend available to be on weekends, weekdays. Slightly different styles, a slightly different race, you get a lot of different people. It really makes a difference, and it's nice to have those options available.
Yeah, definitely. And look, we help each other out. Like as I said, I'm happy to jump in here when I can to help you out. Even if you do find a permanent second, I'm more than happy to jump in and be a third.
Jump into Steve Hoppett. It looks like he's had a bit of a moment, possibly coming into pit lane. I think it was nothing too interesting there. So, but yeah, no, that's it. Like I've put the word out for a few people, so a couple of the drivers are happy to jump in if they don't qualify for the Cup races.
Yep.
So that's all good. And but as I said, it's any time that you're available is all good because. It makes it much easier when you've got a second person to bounce off.
Yeah, definitely. Even if it's just talking garbage like we are at the moment, mate.
Exactly, that's it. I mean, this is the beautiful thing about a test stream on my channel. I can do whatever I want because it's my channel. So,
No, well, I'm going to say, anyone that is watching, make sure you tune in on Saturday night for the duels. So I think that's at 7 p.m. And then for the 500, there's one on Sunday, because that is going to be a ball terror of a race.
absolutely, yeah, it's going to be a ripper. And that will be over on Performance E-streaming, of course. So go to ANZCAR, ANZCAR.com, or go to the Facebook page, and you'll find all the links and all the details for what's going on in that respect. And of course, Weekend Warriors will be broadcasting as well, won't they, Mark?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't tee it up with the same broadcaster, but we're on SimShed Broadcasting. But I mean, so, that's on a Saturday night, and it's hard for people to get to tune in on Saturday night, but it's well worth it. It's great racing, just like the absolutely fantastic racing here.
Absolutely, and old fans will know SimShed, of course, Mr. JP.
Yeah.
So always good to head over there and get a watch going on. It's always nice to have.
And also, don't forget that ANZCAR has a web page now, and we also have a web page too, the weekendwarriors.com. I'm not sure on the ANZCAR one. It's ANZCAR.
Just ANZCAR.com.
ANZCAR.com. There you go.
It's easy peasy. And Weekend Warriors?
Yep. Weekend Warriors ASCC. .com.
Too easy. So head to those places. You know, all. I don't know how many people actually watching. No, we've got a few people actually watching. That's a surprise. That's always a shock. I forget that people actually watch my channel. It's one of those weird things.
Have they made any comments? Do they want to get rid of me already, or?
Well, luckily we had a chap called Matt Hunter say that he'll be watching Saturday and Sunday, so that's good news. I hope he's watching.
Well, I've actually just processed his application for us, so he'll be running with us. So that's one good thing. You'll be able to get some racing in somewhere.
Exactly. I mean, that's the hard thing when you're commentating and broadcasting, is you don't really get to do much racing, which is a shame. But I've actually got my car painted up properly for the Weekend Warriors. I've got all my logos on there and everything. So
Excellent.
I'm pretty chuffed, and it looks semi-okay. So even better.
That's definitely a lot better.
It's always an added bonus.
Yep. All right, mate. Well, I'm going to head off. I'm going to need to get some sleep.
No worries, Mark.
But as I said, everyone, please make sure you tune in on Saturday night, and then again on Sunday, because I can tell you, this race on Sunday, the 500, is going to be one of the best sim racing 500s you'll be looking for.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Always looking forward to it. Thanks so much, Mark Johansson there. Pleasure to have you on the channel, mate. And I will see you on the weekend.
Definitely, mate. And I'll talk to you beforehand, and we'll get some interesting facts, and I'll dig up some not quite so interesting facts too for the fans.
I look forward to being put to the test for once, because normally I'm the one doing the pop quizzes.
All right, mate. Have a safe week, and everyone out there tuning in, stay safe, and we'll see you. We'll see you on the chat channels on Saturday night for one of the duels, and then again, as I said, on Sunday. Got to be there. Thanks everyone, and good night from me. Good night, Carl. Have a good week, mate.
Will do. See you, Mark.
See you, bud.
Oh, that's the wrong button. So, back to the racing. Stephen Clark still in the lead of this race. Jason Mind on the outside line at the moment. He's got his teammate on the low line at the moment in Josh Micklemore. Jaden Russell sitting in behind him with Kay Donnelly and Ben Vickers in 6th and 7th. We've got Aaron Dillon, Reese May and Luke Trahere in the top 10 at the moment as it stands. So, a nice group of cars out there at the moment. Luckily, not a huge amount of them got knocked out with the big wreck that we saw. So still a fair few cars circulating, and still a decent sized pack running up at the front as well, which is always nice to see. And big thanks to everybody for joining as well and for watching at the moment. It is much appreciated. I hope you're enjoying this one. As I say, this is a bit of a tester. It's just me getting really familiar with the buttons and the prodding and poking of things and getting things in the right spot. So yeah, thanks for joining us and joining me for this, and I hope you enjoy the race, and I hope I get to bring you as much as I can. I'll try my best to keep everything working as smooth as possible. Oh, we got an incident. The 024 has gone around, and that is going to be a caution. And that is a big incident there. So let's see if we can catch that one from the accident there. So 024, wasn't it? Caught back in the corner on my eye. Big accident there. Let's just go back. Eagle Burkick there. Let's see if we can catch a little bit of a better camera view angle for this one. So Burkick there. Just possibly getting into, just washes up high, gets up into the wall, goes down, hits the 62, and then big accident after that. Fair few cars getting caught up in that one, unfortunately. Quite a lot of lucky drivers getting through that one without too much issue. That is good news, but never fun when you have an accident like that one. Let's just jump to Ryan Blaney and see from his view. So you see there Eagle Burkitt going up, and down she goes and just misses there. Blaine Dempsey there, Densley there, avoiding that incident. Very lucky to get away with that one. But second caution flag, lap 29. We have the second caution flag of the night out, and that means good news for Stephen Clark, who's still in the lead of this race at the moment, because he's going to be able to get in and get some fuel on board. I think we're going to see everybody coming in for some fuel, but of course he'll have to stay stationary for a little bit longer. He won't be able to, he'll have to take a little bit more fuel on board than some of those other drivers, just because he didn't stop earlier in this race. Screen. We'll wait for, just go to pit lane. Camera. No, I can't adjust that to that aspect ratio, sorry Matt, because I've got a weird screen set up at the moment. So, sorry, the replays will be a little bit skew width. Alrighty. I've got it sitting at a weird ratio at the moment, unfortunately. So, Stephen Clark, obviously a lot longer in pit lane. Jason Martin, a much faster pit stop there. No worries. Yeah, sorry to mess up your OCD. Yeah, I've got to have it at this. I've got it at a slightly odd ratio just to, because I can't be asked fixing it properly. But I will eventually, you know, if I need to actually properly do it, I'll set it up nice and pretty. If I'm actually properly, if I'm doing a proper broadcast, then I'll make sure to have the screen set up to proper ratios rather than this godforsaken whatever ratio I've got it at the moment. As you can see with the actual broadcast, with that nice big black line at the side with the writing on it, just to make things just nice and out of proportion and terrible. Because I'm a terrible person, as everybody knows. I've got to have my fun somehow. Oh, that's alright. I won't be doing the trucks properly, unless, you know, unless people actually want it to happen. I just wanted to do a bit of a tester tonight. So getting back to green flag racing here. Yeah, just wanted to do a bit of a tester tonight, Matt, just to get used to using... bloody hell, gotta forget. Gotta stop clicking on iRacing. Just wanted to refamiliarise myself with AVTO, just in case I have to do one. So that way, at least I'll go in slightly remembering what I'm doing, rather than just completely forgetting how to make things work on the actual stream. Yeah, I stole the test thing that you put up for Locked On. It's for this one, as you can probably see quite easily. Because I was just like, yeah, I just need something to do. I was going to race tonight, but I went to actually join the race and there were already 40 people in there, so it made my race not happen. To the joy of everybody that's racing, I'm sure. So we've got a bit of a Mitch train forming up the front with Jason Martin, Danny G and Josh Micklemore at the moment. Luke Trahair there is the bit of the fly in the ointment. He's running the high line, but the low line belongs to Mitch with the 3 cars. Foster just sitting behind him at the moment, so they've got to be a bit careful for them not to break away, because that could easily happen. If they start getting a bit of a breakaway, then they could have this race nice and locked in. So we'll see how this one is going as they battle away. That high line is just dicing it out at the moment. High line's working very well as it sits. So we've got Foster, Aaron Dillon up there, Ben Vickers, and I think that's Stephen Clark there towards the back at the moment. Stephen Clark just dropping off the back. JCW right on the very back of this pack at the moment, just keeping it together. Highline not working too poorly though. They've got some good speed. They just need to tighten it up a little bit. Foster and Trahair working very, very well. But as you would expect, the Mitch Motorsport drivers are absolutely nose to tail, linking those cars together perfectly in a very nice position at the moment for Mitch, doing a really nice job. Oh, and good news as well, Matt, on the streaming. I'm able to screen share as well, so that's good news. So I can actually get that working as well as showing it at this quality. So if I do need to actually broadcast and stuff like that, if I do need to do any streaming, at least I know it works. So that's good news. So go. That is very good news. Paul Jackson there, a lot of damage on the front, but he's tucked in nicely behind Josh Micklemore at the moment. So that's not going to affect the front of his truck too much, which is good. So that's some good news. But those lines are working very well at the moment. Truck's starting to move around a little bit just to get some fresh air onto the radiators, just get a little bit of cooling done here at Daytona with relatively decent weather. 21 degrees Celsius at the air temperature at the moment, so not too hot out there tonight, as you would expect with the nighttime air. 23 degrees Celsius track temperature, so a wonderful weather out in Daytona at the moment in Florida. Perfect weather for all of the gators out there. Jason Martin currently leading away though. Leading most of these laps with Stephen Clark tonight. Jason Martin doing a good job out on track. Keeping a good run throughout the field. And just having a bit of a browse to see how we've got going on. So we've got some good battles going on throughout the field. As I say, this pack, Aaron Dillon just getting a little bit loose there. Got some good packs forming up though. The pack is fairly strong towards the front of around about 15, where are we, about 17 cars strong actually. Stevie Dubb is the last of those cars at the moment. As you can see, flying past at the moment. An absolutely amazing looking car there as well. Trying to figure out who that is. It's Mr. Scurley. Michael Scurlock in a absolutely brain-melting paint job. Let's jump on the old gyro and get a closer look at this absolutely horrific paint. I mean, beautiful paint screen. Paint job of Mr. Scurley. Cheers, Matt. You have a good night. I'll catch you on the weekend. Give me a shout if you need a hand, by the way. The usual thing. You know where I am. Too easy. So, absolute fantastic colours, Mr. Scurley. But up at the front, we still have this fantastic battle going on for the lead here at Daytona. 39 laps of 80 down, and we haven't even reached halfway yet, so we've got a lot more racing to go here at Daytona. And at the moment it is still Jason Martin in the lead. Those Mitch cars have got a very good lockout at the front, and we know Martin can have a really good run in the old truck, so we'll see how he does tonight in this one. But it is Luke Traher getting a good push from Foster. Will Luke jump down and try and chop the nose off of Jason Martin, try and get in the lead of this race? We'll soon find out. At the moment though, he's just not got the speed that he needs. Just can't quite get in ahead of Jason Martin. Just can't quite get to that position to absolutely slice him off. Let's just take a look back towards Danny G at the moment. We'll jump on board and show you the view you get when you're running at the front of a pack like this. And this is just how close you get when you're racing in these situations. It is so very close to each other, very, very sketchy sometimes. Jumping back to Luke Traher now as well. So you can just see just how little visibility you get, but at least when you're at the front of the pack, it is a lot easier to see than when you're in the midsection. Someone like Paul Jackson at the moment, it's a lot less, a lot trickier to see in these positions. You don't get much visibility out of these trucks in the festive times, but when you're racing this close, it gets even worse. And you can see just how close they are at the front at the moment. They are nose to tail as it stands. It's just dropped back a little bit further to Joshua Carroll Walden, the Atari Autosports at the moment, just behind Ben Vickers, the Juice Digital car. Really nice liveries out there tonight, as Mark was saying a bit earlier on. Very nice, pretty looking cars out there for sure. But your visibility progressively gets worse and worse as, we're just getting past somebody there. Very, very close. Very big moment there. Not sure who that was. Eagle Burkitt there, just very much getting very close there. So let's just see if we can see that one. We'll just watch that one from the blimp view as we go round. So it just looks like he got a bit of aero wash, of course, out there. Just trying to get a good finish tonight, of course. But not easy to do. And actually we've got a bit of an incident for Steve Hoppett, whose engine may have gone. So Steve Hoppett looks like his night has come to a progressive end. So he's coming into pit lane. And that is the end of that one. So big shame there for Steve Hoppett. But up at the front it is Jason Martin still in the lead of this race. We still have a good pack of trucks running at the moment, and we have got some good classic draft racing going on. And get used to this, get ready for this for the 500, because we're going to see some fantastic action going on for that as the weekend goes on. The new next gen car, of course, works much better in the draft than the older versions did. So we should be in for some fantastic draft racing action for the 500 on Sunday. Definitely looking forward to that one. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. This is my actual personal channel, where I do lots of history and some motorsport stuff and bits and bobs and my general projects. So thanks for coming over. If you want to subscribe, please do, yada yada yada. But as I say, this is just a bit of a tester, just a bit of a stream, just to get an idea of how things are going, just make sure everything's working, and just make sure that I can actually effectively get stuff working if I need to in a bit of a pinch. Foster dropping to the low, JCW there, Carroll Walden dropping to the low line. He's decided he wants to get down on that low line behind Jaden Russell. Still got that high line working of Traher, Foster and Dillon. Got Ben Vickers as well. He's going to get a nice bit of draft here, close up very quickly to the back of Dillon, and you can see just how powerful the draft can be when it gets in there. Those cars go so quickly when they get going. You just get such a big boost of speed. Stephen Clark as well, just getting a really nice little jump of extra speed there. And you'll probably see Reese May, the 67 car. You just get quite a bit of extra speed here because it's just got a little bit of gap. Drops in nicely to the low line there. Very sweet little move there. But they won't be running at full throttle, of course, back towards that mid-pack. So if we jump on board to the gyro, Jason Martin here at the front of the pack, he's going to be full foot to the floor. He is going to have his foot sealed to that floor. We'll jump back to somebody like Stephen Clark, say, and he'll be just lifting a little bit. Oh, as we've got an instant, Dillon into Ben Vickers. Big instant there, and it's remained green. It has remained green. Don't know how that happened. Let's see what we can see there from the old blimp. See if we can see that. So looks like Dillon has just gone up into the wall, just clips the wall, goes down into Ben Vickers. Vickers manages to save it. Great reaction from the guys behind, really well done, but disastrous there for Aaron Dillon. Having a really good run up until that point, but the race is still green. That's really hurt the top line though. You can see Jaden Russell has actually switched up there to try and get onto the back of that group, but there's only 3 trucks up there now, and that's going to hurt them a little bit. They're not going to have quite as much of the draft action of the a little bit draggier towards the back, so they're not going to get quite as much pushing, and this could be the opportunity for the Mitch boys to have a bit of a run. Although Traher and Foster are going for it, I think they can see what's kind of happening here and are really starting to go for this move at the moment. So, top 15 at the moment is Traher, Martin, Foster, Danny G, Russell, Micklemore, Jackson, Carol Walden, Donnelly, May, Clark, Williams, Budd, Walsh and Phelps there as well. Less than a second, well, just over a second and a half covering 15 trucks tonight out here on the track, which is just phenomenal stuff. Always cool to see. I mean, it's one of those things that's just, you don't get in anything else. This close racing is just something else. It really is very, very cool stuff indeed, and yeah, it takes an awful lot of talent to make it work as well. It's one of those things that you'll always hear people bagging at NASCAR drivers, you know, you're just turning left. But no, there is plenty to it, and it looks like Paul Jackson's having to come into pit lane, so Paul Jackson's first to duck in, possibly overheating issues there, but coming in now, getting some fuel just in case. He'll get repairs done and a bit of fuel, unless his engine is completely gone. Did have Lachlan Urquhart have a moment as well, so let's just see what's happened with Lockie. So it looks like Lachlan Urquhart just had a bit of a moment, unfortunately, but he is back out on track. Quite a bit of damage there to the number 42, unfortunately, for Lockie, caught up in that early incident. But the action is still fast and furious here at the front of the pack. The racing is wild and fun. It is Jason Martin still very much in the lead, with Luke Traher on the outside, Foster and Danny G just behind him, with Clark and Micklemore in the third row as it stands. Still got 3 trucks running up high at the moment. That high line has worked quite well tonight, so we'll see if it continues on going as Luke Traher decides it's time to move down in front of Jason Martin. Traher leaves Foster out to dry. Foster and Clark are going to suffer from that one. Watch them just start tumbling back as they lose that extra car. If they can't get a run or a little bit of help from Luke Traher here, they're going to start hemorrhaging positions. Traher could possibly try and ease off a little bit here to try and help Foster, let him get down in front of him, which might not be a bad move for Traher because it will help him get a little bit more fuel mileage. And you can see Clark is absolutely pushing Foster right on his tail at the moment, absolutely driving forwards. Foster is going to be trying his best to get in front of Traher. You can see there Clark is really bump drafting him, really going for it. Foster is doing his best to get there as they come up to a lapped car. They're going to be going 3 wide here around Daytona as they go past Paul Jackson, who just gets up into the catch fence, and Jackson just manages to catch the car. That will have distracted a couple of people though. None of the front runners lifting though. They are absolutely on it, keeping that full pelt. Stephen Clark doing a fantastic job of bump drafting Foster at the moment, really trying to help him out. But there's only so much you can do as 2 trucks on that top line, and they are starting to lose momentum. Clark just has to be a bit careful here not to overheat the truck, because that could really start to cause issues. But it looks like he's going to bump Foster just in front of Traher, and Foster makes it into the line. Very, very kind, Mr. Clark. That was a lovely bit of service you gave for Edward Foster. But unfortunately, Stephen Clark now is going to be falling back as a lone car on that high line. He's going to need somebody to be very kind to him to let him get into a slot. Otherwise, he's going to drop way back to probably around about 15th position here. So, just keeping an eye and see if he can actually get a spot here. But this means Foster is in the lead ahead of Traher at the moment. And Jason Martin, Stephen Clark trying to get the side draft at the moment. Clark doing a very good job of side drafting in the van line entry. The 96 is really going for it. He loses the rear end and he goes around. Stephen Clark loses the truck. Big incident for Clark. Into the fence he goes. Somehow we are not caution yet. I do not know how that happened. Let's just see that one again. See if we can catch that again. But a lot of drivers just having to spread out there to avoid that incident of Stephen Clark. That was a disaster for him. Really good run up until that point. Stephen Clark just losing the car there. We'll try and go back and figure out exactly what happened, as we are still green technically. So let's just jump to the gyro. So just gets a little bit close to Traher. Traher just gets a little bit of netcode and in he goes. Big accident there. Netcode related, unfortunately, for Stephen Clark. That was disastrous, but that has really split the pack up now. That has messed the field a little bit. Real shame there for Stephen Clark, because that was a belter of a run, and he really did help out Foster and Traher tonight. So, real shame there for Stephen Clark, but unfortunately, really got caught up in that, and that has broken up the pack a fair bit now, so that's really thinned the herd out. Now, the question is how much further can they go on fuel? So, currently done 27 laps on this stint. So, I reckon we'll have about 10 more laps of fuel to go before we need to start thinking about pit stops. So, who is going to be the first to blink in the top pack? Who is going to start thinking about coming into pit lane, getting some fuel? Obviously, if you're in a pack like this, you want to pit together. You don't want to just pit one by one and lose the pack, because that's just going to be a disaster for your race. So you want to try and pit together if you're going to pit for green flag stops. But ideally, you don't want to pit for a green flag stop. You're going to want a caution to come out, but will a caution happen? That's the big question. So, as I say, the pack's broken up a fair bit. So we drop back to Matty Ray now and Stevie Williams. That's the second pack that's formed up. Down there, Mr. Matty Ray keeping the truck nice and clean, as is tradition. The 83 looking nice and smart, but this pack has really fallen off the back of the leaders. They're going to need to start working incredibly hard together. He's got Dave Douglas with him, as well as Gary Wellman. We know Gary Wellman is pretty handy on the old super speedways. But this group's going to need to start thinking about doing something, need to think about working together if they're going to try and catch up to the leaders. They have got around about a 6-second gap to the front pack at the moment, and that is a lifetime on a super speedway like this. So, pretty happy my computer's not caught fire and things like that, which is a really nice sign. If you're watching the replay, by the way, let me know. Please comment. It would be appreciated. I always like to know that people actually watch stuff. But yeah, if you do watch it, let me know. We've got the highline forming now. It's Kate Donnelly forming up the highline with Jason Martin, Danny G, Josh Mickelmore and Jaden Russell at the moment. The low line is Foster, Traher, Reese May and JCW. So we've got two lines formed once again, and it looks like the Highline's got a good run at the moment. Expect to see Kate Donnelly looking to drop down low shortly. You can see on the mirror there, you can see Foster is just behind him. And he is going to be looking at maybe dropping shortly. Foster actually looking to go low as well. Foster, is he going to be pitting this lap? Is Foster coming into pit lane maybe? Looks like he was doing a little bit of a wiggle there just to sort of say, look, I'm going to be coming in shortly. Are we going to see pit stops happening soon? No, not yet. Foster just losing down a little bit, and that's allowed Jason Martin to get into the front of this pack once again. Not good news for Martin, because he's going to produce quite a bit of fuel. Martin's fuel load will be pretty light at the moment. It will definitely be one of the lighter cars out there. Just have a little bit of a look through the field. So we'll drop down to P20. Michael Schroeder at the moment in P20. We've got Brent Hobbs up in 19. Ruben Phelps, the 06 and 18th position at the moment. So as I say, this sort of secondary pack is quite a way off those leaders, but all it takes is a good bit of strategy or a good call and they could get themselves back into this race. So who knows what will happen. Still a long way to go in the race, of course. As is always the way in motorsport. 19 to go. So we are getting to the tail end of this race. And Foster and Martin have broken away a little bit from Traher. So they've got a little bit of a gap for him. Traher's going to be able to do a little bit of a slingshot here if he chooses to. So he's gaining a little bit of time. Oh, Martin gets on to the apron. That's going to lose him a little bit of time. Martin holds the car perfectly. Nice driving there from Martin. Good save, but that was almost a big accident. Martin in pit lane. So the Mitch boys of Martin and Mickelmore coming into pit lane with Jaden Russell. Danny G staying out there though. So we've got pit stops happening. Definitely happening, as I said. Will be pretty soon. I think it was about 35, 38 laps or something fuel was. So we've done 33 laps in this stint. So they've decided to come in now. They've got a little pack of free trucks with them though. So that will help them out. That will just keep them together at least. And they're coming back out onto track now. Let's see up at the front of the pack though. Let's see what's going on. Keeping an eye on the pit road. As Foster comes in. So we've got Traher, Foster and JCW coming into pit lane. Gary Wellman, a lot of cars coming in actually. A big group of cars coming into pit lane right now. So it is a bit of a rush on a pit road. All of those cars coming in. Now, staying out that little bit longer might have built a bit of a gap over people like Martin and Mickelmore. Will we see them joining back up out on track, Foster and that group? Let's see where they are in relative. So getting up to speed now. Where will they come out on track? Who has timed this perfectly? Who has got this one right? We're soon going to find out. I think we've got Martin and Mickelmore just coming round the corner now. Foster and JCW getting up to speed. JCW ahead of Foster now. You can see there Martin and Mickelmore just behind them. And they'll be catching very quickly. You can see Mickelmore just pushing Martin along. Absolutely on it at the moment. Really, really, really going for it. And the Mitch boys have taken the lead of the race. So it is Martin back in the lead. They've linked up nicely. Danny G still sitting out there. He's come in for his pit stop and he's going to link up just to the back. But will he have enough speed to get on there? He's falling away quite quickly. This might be disastrous for Danny G. This might have worked out perfectly for Martin and Foster and Micklemore. Oh, they're going 4 wide, are they? As they're getting past Ben Vickers and the 67 of Reese May. Very, very close race in there. That was some really, really risky stuff, but they managed to make it work. They're all trying to link up again. Kay Donnelly has managed to come out, and he is joining onto the back of this pack as well. So we've got all the cars coming through, making their pit stops now. Everybody's been in, gotten fuel, gotten to enough to get to the end of this race. So now it is a shootout to get to the very end of this race, and we've got an incident. Jaden Russell and Maddie Raymond. Let's see what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, big incident there. Looks like Maddie Ray just got unsettled by Dave Douglas and went down into Jaden Russell. Big incident there, but we've remained green. It has remained green, all importantly. The iRacing officials have been a lot less trigger happy with their cautions recently. But disaster for Matty Raymond, a master of keeping his truck clean, not having that luck tonight. It is the 21 ahead of the 31 of Josh Micklemore. Jason Martin in the lead. The purple truck once again leading a race here at ANZCAR. We've seen this a few times, but the race is not over with yet. 14 laps to go here at Daytona International Speedway. It is still anybody's race, and as you often hear at a super speedway, you generally don't want to be leading it on the last lap. Because that draft can come into effect, and all of a sudden you're going to get passed by that car behind you. At the moment, JCW sitting in the prime spot in 3rd position, sitting in a really good spot for a bit of a run if he can make it work. Reese May, really good drive tonight, up there in P4 as well, making a name for himself. Foster and Danny G just getting onto the back of the train, making this a 6-car train at the moment. Kay Donnelly not so lucky, he fell off the back of this pack. He's falling into the grasp of Michael Skerlock, who's leading this secondary pack at the moment for P8 down to P15. So quite a lot still to come here tonight. Jason Martin just gets a little bit wobbly off the corner. Micklemore sitting in behind him at the moment. 12 to go here at Daytona for the first truck race of 2022 here on I was going to say on Performance E-Streaming, here on Screezilla, yay, oh, my channel. Not that it matters. But yeah, first race of the year, yay. The trucks won't be broadcast, by the way, for the year, unless we get a broadcast partner. And I might be racing in it for a bit, so I'll see how I go. I'll try and race a few races this season in the trucks. If I feel up to it. But remember, the Thunder series on Wednesday will be broadcast on Locked On Lads TV. Locked On YouTube. Look for Locked On Lads, of course. Best Aussie online action for your podcasting needs for iRacing. Really good bunch of lads. Really interesting information over there. Good lots of news sources and things like that. And then, of course, the Cup will be broadcast on Performance E-Streaming every Thursday night. So, again, make sure to head over there and subscribe to Performance E-Streaming, just so you don't miss the action. We'll be on Facebook as well, so head over to ANZCAR on Facebook, or ANZCAR.com for all the news and all that kind of stuff. And if you want to support me and watch my crap, then you know where I am. So, yay. 10 to go here now, and it is Martin in the lead. 15. Still a battle going on. As you can see, only 6/10 of a second separating first to sixth at the moment. This battle is very much on. And then you've got a great battle going on a bit further down. Riley Curtis and Michael Skurlock at the moment. Two lines forming up here for the top 10 positions. Who is going to get P7 in this race? Not enough laps to catch up to the leaders for these guys, but they've got a good race going on at the moment. Between Skirley, Riley Curtis, Dave Douglas, Ruben Phelps, who's done a good job of working his way up the field as well. Luke Trahere managing to save himself a bit and get back into a good position after that little bit of a moment he had earlier in this race. A few cars out there, a little bit of damage, but doing well so far. But we jump back to the front of this race. It's Jason Martin in the lead, with his teammate Josh Mickelmore running blocker behind him, trying his best to keep his teammate leading this race. But as we know, mixed motorsport, they love to race each other and they love to beat each other as well. So if one of them can actually win a race, they are going to be super stoked for it. Could we see Joshua Carroll-Walden pull the cat out of the bag, the rabbit out of the hat out of the rabbit tonight, and come home with a victory as well? His teammate Foster's sitting back there in fifth as well, so he's not far off. Reese May could be a absolute outsider tonight to take his first ANZCAR victory. We have got so many different variables going on at the moment and so little time to find out. 7 laps remaining, 6 when they cross the line. Who is going to take out the inaugural ANZCAR truck race of 2022? Proudly brought to you, of course, by ANZCAR.com and Affinity and other sponsors. Check out all those great people. But as we know, it's a long run to the line here at Daytona. The start-finish line is, it's not quite as bad as Talladega, but it does feel like an eternity when you're getting up to it. So we could see a good run off the final corner deciding this race. Meanwhile, the battle a bit further back, it's still absolutely on. Riley Curtis is leading that one at the moment. Ruben Phelps, Luke Trahere, Skirley and Double D. Those guys are really putting on a show at the moment, but we're going to keep an eye on the front because, well, that's the win's going to come from JCW pulling out, trying for a second line. So JCW trying to get the high line working. Will this work for him or will it not? Reese May going to get a good run here as well. Reese May's going to get a nice run on the leaders right now. There's a high line forming with Matty Ray just in the background. Might be a lapped car, but he can make it work. You've got JCW, Danny G, Foster and Matty Ray trying to run that high line. Will they get this working? 5 laps to go. It's going to be a classic finish here tonight. Reese May trying to get locked onto the rear of this pack. If he can slingshot himself up in front of JCW, he could be in with a shot as well. But not quite enough room, is there? No, not quite enough room at the moment. There's a cigarette paper enough gap there for Reese May to get up there. But I don't think he's keen. He's just going to sit there on that low line just behind Josh Mickelmore at the moment. Reese May looking to try and move up. Decides better of it. But he does. He goes up. Moves up in front of JCW. Danny G moves down to the low line. It's a Mitch Motorsport 1-2-3 on the low line. Natari sitting in line at the moment. Reese May in the front. Reese May has pulled up into the perfect spot for this final stage as Jason Martin gets caught and Jason Martin gets turned into the Natari cars. We have an absolute huge accident there. Let's go back and have another look at that one. Looks like maybe Josh Mickelmore just gave him a little tag as they went in. Jason Martin just gets caught by Josh Mickelmore there. And very, very, very unfortunate there for the Mitch Motorsport drivers. Just a little tag there. Martin shoots up into the track, tags both Natari cars. Reese May, Danny G both get through unscathed. Josh Mickelmore relatively unharmed, but this is great news for that pack that was further back. This is going to be great news for those drivers that were in that pack a little bit further behind. This could be a great night for them. Foster having to come into the pit lane. Damage obviously on that truck. Quite a few trucks got damaged there. But this could be the opportunity for Reese May tonight. Will we see Danny G possibly take it out as well? He's going to be sitting very close to the front of this pack on this restart. This has made this into a fascinating final couple of laps here for Daytona and the trucks. We are going to be looking at some interesting stuff here. So far 77 laps completed, 3 laps remaining. We've had 20 lead changes, cautions 3 for 3 at the moment, and it looks like Reese May's actually had to come into pit lane. So Reese May coming into pit lane. Did I see? Reese May coming into pit lane, obviously just didn't have enough fuel, so maybe just didn't have enough fuel in that car. Disaster for May, that is disastrous. Chucking on some fresh boots as well. Possibly a slight rookie error there for May, but that is a disastrous one for him. That's going to help out Danny G, Josh Mickelmore, Luke Trahere, Riley Curtis, Michael Skurlock was all of a sudden in this race. This has turned into a absolute classic finish. Looked like it, well, it was Jason Martin's race to lose, and that little tap from his teammate is what caused that one. Let's just go back and see if we can get another view of that one just before we go back to green flag racing. Look at the old gyro on Jason Martin's car. And just gets that little tap, up he goes. And out she is. And that is disastrous. So it is Danny G leading the race for Mitch Motorsport. Truck lights, pace lights should go out this lap. We're going to have 2 laps to green. Looks like Luke Trahere throwing a dummy. Is he? Yes, he is throwing a dummy. I think everybody's managed just enough fuel to the end. They should be fine, especially with this safety car out. Sorry, pace car out there. But this is going to be a nail biter of a finish. We'll have 2 laps to go. 2-lap shootout for the final here at Daytona for the trucks. First truck race of 2022. Who is going to take the win? Got to say, it's looking good for Mitch Motorsport. Luke Trahere has had some good speed all night, but did get a little bit unlucky. Not sure if Luke's got too much damage on the Night Cool Racing truck. Looks relatively clean. So he's looking pretty good. Will he be able to get his 2022 season off to a good start? Who is going to take out the first truck race of the year? We're going to find out in just a few more laps. Stay with us, folks. This is going to be a nail biter. This is going to be a fantastic finish to the race. Who knows who's going to win? As the pace truck will be pulling in this time around, and we'll be going back to green flag racing. And we are go, go, go here at Daytona. Danny G gets off to a fairly good start. Luke Traher right underneath him, pushing him along, trying to stop that high line from forming up. Trying to stop the two Mitch cars from forming up. Watch out for Skurlock and Dave Douglas as well. Ruben Phelps sneaking his way up through the field as well. Phelps having a great run for tonight. 2 laps to go here, of course, not far to go. And this is where mistakes can happen, but people are going to be trying for it. If you're not first, you're last. Racing is all go by forming 3 lines. Riley Curtis out 3 wide at the moment. It is Danny G in the lead with Luke Traher. Michael Skurlock in 3rd position. They're 3 wide as they go round the banking here at Daytona. 2 laps to go. Riley Curtis dropping back. That higher 3rd line did not work out for him. Skurlock trying his best to get a good run as all round goes to 220. 220 goes around. Will we see a green-white checker? No, we got a white flag still. It looks like we're going to run to the end. Couple of cars having mistakes. Couple of cars going off as all around goes the big one. Huge accident. It is Danny G in the lead still with Luke Traher in 2nd. Will Luke Traher be able to do it? It's become a 2-car race now. As we get round for the final time, Danny G trying his best to break the draft. Can he do it? I don't think so. Will Luke Traher be able to get this one? He just needs to get this draft right. Who's going to get the race win here at Daytona? Will it be Danny G? Will it be Luke Traher? Luke Traher gets a great run as they come up to the line. It is a drag race to the finish line. It looks like it's going to be Luke Traher. Traher on the outside, Danny G on the inside. Traher's going to take it by a nose. It is Luke Traher taking the victory for Daytona for the trucks. 3rd place, Paul Jackson. 4th, Riley Curtis. Let's see if we can find out what happened in that accident. Let's see if we can figure out what happened in that crash. So there was a few different crashes going on. So looks like the 220 has gone down and caused a bit of an accident behind them, and that's made a bit of a moment. Then I'm pretty sure I saw Josh Micklemore have a big moment as well. Let's see how well we can see this one. Might go to the old blimp cam for this, just to see if we can see it a little bit better. So just coming around the final corner, just gets contact from Ruben Phelps into Danny G. He goes. Oh. Rewinding. Let's see if we can get that. See if we can get that. That was a absolute classic Daytona finish. That was madness. Hey Daiso, how's it going, mate? So yeah, it looks like Ruben just got in there, got caught up, and oh, that's disastrous for the end of that race for so many drivers. Huge accident there at the end, and taking out pretty much the whole field. That was a mad finish to that race. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I missed it too, Di. So I was going to be racing tonight, but I thought I'd do a test run of the stream and stuff. Oh, that was a bit of a crazy finish there. Yeah, that went a bit mad. So yeah, that was that, and yeah, huge accident there at the end, taking out pretty much most of the field. We had the big one at Daytona, which is so often the case. As I said, Danny G got very lucky there with that side swipe. Skurley got caught up in it. The 40 of who's in the 40? I'm trying to remember the names and numbers and stuff now. The 40 got really smashed up there as well, so a lot of people getting caught up in that accident. And yeah, that pretty much took out the whole field. And oh, Norman Clark just came flying in there as well. Nowhere to go for those guys. That was a crazy finish. But congratulations to Luke Trahair, doing a beautiful run there at the end, getting that last little run on Danny G, just beating him by the narrowest of margins. Really nice job for Riley Curtis as well. Let's just get to the results screen and pull up the actual results. So, results wise, Luke Trahair, 29 positions gained. Nice job for him. P1. Second for Danny G. Third for Riley Curtis, 36 positions gained. One of the big gains of the night. Absolute ripper job there. Mako Dortnack, really nice job in the BMX Bandit. 4th place. 5th for Dave Douglas. 6th for Rufus May, who came in for that pit stop, remember. Nicholas Walsh, 7th. 8th, Blaine Densley. 9th is Michael Scarlett. Paul Jackson in P10. I might just grab down Mr. Luke, just say hello to him quickly. Because, yeah, sure if anyone's watching the replay, they want to hear from Lukey. G'day, Luke.
Discord there somewhere, are they? I forget if
Hey, Luke.
I've looked. Oh, hello.
Hello. Yeah, I'm broadcasting.
You broadcast? I didn't know there was a broadcast.
No, there technically isn't. I just decided I was bored and I did a test stream. So I kind of broadcast it. And lucky I did, really, because, yeah, that kind of went well for you.
It's, yeah, it sort of just, I don't know, it kind of just appeared out of nowhere in the end. And I got hit pretty hard by Joshy Micklemore after he got taken out.
Yeah.
And I don't know how the car kept going because he slammed me super hard. Like, not his fault, obviously, but the car just kept going. I'm like, why am I still going? Like, I should have been spinning with the other guys, and I don't know, it just must have hit me right in the middle and didn't affect the tail or anything. So, yeah,
it kind of worked out in the end, didn't it? Really. That was a beautiful run there at the end. That run on Danny G. You have to feel for Danny G there because he just had nothing to do.
He did get a bit of a sit and duck sort of situation there, but I mean, I'll be fair, like, as soon as I saw that happen, I knew it was just me and him. I was like, my instinct was to immediately pass him, like, oh no, I shouldn't pass him right now, should I? Just sort of, I don't know, I'm not very well versed in the games of the you know, the super speedway, so, but yeah, I thought I'd hang back and try to make the pass at the end there as a last second decision, and it worked. So, but I don't know, it was cool, it was fun racing. I wouldn't mind getting second or whatever. It was just, yeah, it was good having everyone there, and good having Murky get a 4th place finish. He stayed in the race and got the finish, and so did the rest of the bandits. So that's all I'm happy about.
I know. I mean, all the bandits and wait, no, Scully was in.
I think Scully got taken out, yeah, but yeah. Dave got home, and Murky got the good finish. So
I know. That's the important thing. Is Murko's finish. Like, that's all we actually care about.
That's all we need, mate. I don't care if finish last. Let's get those boys over the line. It's all good.
No, congratulations, mate. Well done on getting the first proper ANZCAR win of the season. The first race of 2022 for the trucks, getting the first win out here tonight. Nice job.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's a good time. Had a good time.
Awesome. Cheers, Luke. Yeah, as I say, this is just on my channel, so I don't really whatever you want to do. If you want to shout out and shit, go for it.
Let's give a little shout out to the bandits, of course. So the boys that roll with. Thanks to those dudes. They're the guys that make it fun. It's not a lot of fun in the off season. We just sort of don't roll together. So it's win, lose or draw or whatnot. It's just good to hang with you boys and. Yeah, just rolling with the other guys and you doing the broadcast and that sort of thing. It's just, yeah, it's all in fun, mate. It's what it's all about. So cheers to fun.
No worries. Enjoy. Look, you now get to watch it, so I hope you enjoy the broadcast, mate.
What is it on? Is it on your page or something? Is it or
yeah,
what's going on?
Yeah, it's on my page. I chucked the link up in the general chat.
Very good, man. I'll check it out.
Thanks
for the broadcast.
That's all right. I was bored. I don't have a life. You know this.
None of us have lives, mate. We're all here doing ANZCAR. We're all in this together, mate. It's all good.
Cheers, Luke. See you, mate.
Bye, brother. Take it easy.
All right. Let's grab down Mr. Danny G. G'day, Danny. That's if he's there. Ah, you there, Danny?
Yeah, I'm in.
Ah, hey, Danny. How's it going?
Oh, hey. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
took me out of somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm okay. How are
yeah,
you?
yeah, good. Yeah, I'm actually broadcasting. So. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Everybody got to see the race, so yeah.
Oh, that's awesome then. Good
Yeah,
work. Thank you.
that's all right. I thought I'd do a bit of a test run and just make sure everything worked. So I thought I might as well broadcast it while I'm actually doing it. So that was a bit of a chaotic finish.
It was. I thought I had it going into turn 3, and then we're coming off turn 4, and I thought I'll just fake Luke out a little bit, hoping he would try the high side and then try and get back underneath me, and I'd sort of pin him down. But he sort of faked me out in the end and went around. There was nothing I could do.
No, a bit of a sitting duck there. It's kind of the worst case scenario, especially with all that happened with Jace and Joshy there at the end of the race.
Yeah, I think Josh got to the back of Jace there at the end. Sort of wrecked him and took him out. But yeah, it sort of gave us a shot at the end there. But I think we actually would have fared a little bit better if that didn't happen.
Yeah, still P2 start of the season. Not a bad place to finish all in all.
No, I'm definitely happy. I've done no oval racing on NASCAR since, like, I did a couple of laps the other day just to get my head back around it in the truck. So a couple of solo laps for 6 minutes was a bit boring, and other than that, it was just straight into practice tonight. It took me a couple of laps to sort of get used to it. A little bit of a car setup in the steering, a little bit set up for me, and then it actually felt really good.
Paid off. It went well at the end. But P2, not too much practice. You can't complain at that.
No, it's a pretty good night.
No worries. Cheers, Danny. Good luck for the rest of the season. Good luck for the trucks, obviously. If anybody's interested, of course, the trucks are running this season. It's basically the feeder series for ANZCAR, of course, and it's a good place to get a start.
Yeah, it is. Come in and have a run with the truck boys, and it's good fun. But yeah, thank you. Thanks to Affinity Constructions on the car, and I think Daniel Stevens actually painted the car. And so thanks to those guys. Mix Motorsports. And yeah, thank you.
Cheers, Danny. Have a good one, mate.
Cheers.
All right, and we'll grab down third place finisher Riley Curtis next. So, Riley, welcome to the broadcast booth, mate.
Howdy.
I was bored and I kind of needed to do a bit of a test stream, so I decided I would broadcast that race, and kind of glad I did, because that was a pretty crazy finish.
It was wild, man. Tried to run 3 wide around Josh, and no one went with me, so I drove back. Then I got wrecked, and then everyone else wrecked. So I finished third somehow.
I'm shocked that you finished third, because I saw you running that third line, and I'm just like, saw you dropping back, and I'm like, that's Riley's race over. And then all of a sudden you finish third still. I'm like, wait, what? Huh?
I think if the people behind me had followed me, we would have had him.
Yeah.
Because I had a big run on Josh, and yeah, just nothing happened after that. But it is what it is.
Well, I mean, look, P3 is still P3. It could be much, much worse. Not a bad start to the truck season.
Yeah, bloody oath. No complaints.
Look, I mean, if you're complaining about P3, then, you're obviously wanting to win more than you need to.
Yeah, we played a safe start. Started 38th or some crap, and
yeah, like 36
rolling in
positions
P3
gained.
is pretty good.
Not a bad night. Not a bad night. Nah, it's good to see you out there, Riley.
Yeah, it was good. Good to be back.
Yeah, it's nice to see you. Nice to get to chat to you as well.
Yeah, nice to be up here.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a testy stream on my channel more than anything, but people are welcome to watch it, so I thought I'd grab you up here if you want to do any shout-outs and shit like that.
Nah, nothing special. I don't know what we got on the car, bloody super cheap and Scroat's bloody Twitch stream.
Too easy. Cheers, Riley. You have a great night.
Cheers, man.
See ya. Okie dokie, so that is that. I think everything went well. Cheers for watching. Really appreciate all of you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. We'll be back proper in the week, of course. So we've got the Locked On iRacing, Locked On Lads TV coming up for the Thunder on Wednesday, and then of course on the weekend it is the big one. It is over on Performance E-Streaming, and that is the 500. Go to ANZCAR.com to find all those information, all that kind of stuff out. Other than that, cheers for watching. I will see you all again soon, and have a great night. Toodle pip, folks.